Hi everybody, it's Krista again, and I am Little Wren, and I'm here to do a general reading, and we'll see what's happening. Today we had some earthquakes in Melbourne, and really big. I mean, this is really quite chaotic. We've just had our harvest full moon, and for those of you who manifest things on the new moon, I really always feel such intense energy leading right up until the new moon, and of course usually on the full moon. Or did I say leading up to the new moon? Leading up to the full moon. Last Sunday, I actually had this absolute dread about going into work, and it just felt like it's just I had to be extra cautious. So I'm a nurse. I'm an enrolled nurse, and I work in an emergency department. So yes, a frontline worker. And where I live in Australia, I'm north, kind of slightly country, northwest of Sydney, and yeah, where I live, it's quite okay, but we've been really quite quiet on the COVID front. We were quite lucky. We're a late comer to COVID, and COVID really is only just hitting us. Suddenly our numbers are exploding, and everything is becoming quite stressful, and that's just COVID. But leading up to this full moon on Sunday, I had this terrible foreboding, and I couldn't explain it. It was just a horrible feeling about going into work on Monday, and I just couldn't shake it. All of Monday, I could not shake it. And I always find on those kind of days, it's like Spirit is just warning me to, often having to be extremely diligent. However, it was also, I guess, a part of a healing, something. I really noticed that I was having to be perfectionistic, and perfectionism is quite a toxic trait, but I was really being drawn to be totally perfect. And by the end of the night, I actually was like, in nursing, you do have to do a lot of reflection, like, could I have done this better? Could I have done that better? There's so many things. It's such a high octane, high intensity environment, and in such high stress, it is very easy to make very small little mistakes. And it's just one of those things. I just had this feeling of be extra careful, and I just could not shake that. And later on, I had this moment, and I realized that, like, I have been trying to heal perfectionism within myself. And one of the things I realized was that Spirit was, I think, trying to show me that forgiveness of the self is really what perfectionism doesn't allow. Perfectionism doesn't allow for, it's being really judgmental on the self. It's being unforgiving to the self for making mistakes. And we're all, being human, that's just a natural part of life. And we have to, it's good to have a positive approach to making mistakes, such as, being able to forgive yourself and learn the lessons we're meant to learn so that we don't repeat the same mistakes. But for me, on Monday, when I was working, I realized that I left the shift, and I was like, I did my best. I did my absolute best. And still, there were still things that were circumstantial and difficult to manage, and they were simply difficult. And yeah, we could all do a slightly better job, but the reality was that after the shift, I absolutely could say on my own behalf that it wasn't, I absolutely did everything I could in my power to do the best that I could. And that's all we can do. And I had to really, like when we're talking about manifestation, you know, we actually start to experience what we feel and what we believe. It comes back to us. And unfortunately, manifestation has a habit of making us reinforce our already conditioned beliefs. And if we feel like we aren't, you know, that we can't forgive ourselves, then what happens is that you receive really crazy judgment and too high expectations. You know, people start expecting perfectionism from you. And this was something that I had to really negotiate in my brain, and I had to walk away thinking about it. And then this is not something I usually do. Normally I tend to loop over things, and it's hard for me to kind of be, oh, but I should have done this. Maybe I could have done that, you know. And what I realized is that I had this moment of, no, I have to forgive myself for this, because actually I did a really good job. I did a good job. I did the best that I could do. And I'm really proud of myself for what I did achieve. And, you know, we can't be exactly perfect. We can strive for it. We should always do our best, and we should be proud of ourselves for those things. But for anything that is so minuscule and small, it's important to be able to forgive ourselves and say, you know what, Krista, or you say to yourself, it's okay, you know, I forgive you for doing that. And it was interesting because normally I realized I would often manifest people coming back to tell me the dumbest things. And this time, no one came back. It was just, because I took this moment to go, no, it's okay. You know, I don't deserve to be punished for every single little thing. And I mean, I'm talking really small things. You know, I don't know, folding the bed right, you know, or something stupid. But it's one of those things that I used to beat myself up a lot in, and that came a lot from my religious background as well. But it really hit me. And so I really feel like I learned a lesson about, it was like Spirit deliberately kind of made it so that I couldn't, it's impossible to achieve. It's impossible to achieve perfection. And yet that's okay. And it's like they wanted to show me, no, you are being too hard on yourself, and you need to release this pressure that you're putting yourself under. So anyway, that was my little lesson leading up to the full moon. Forgiveness and releasing that perfectionism. And I've talked about perfectionism in my Little Wren site before. It keeps coming up for me a few times. So it's a cycle that I've needed to really break. And this full moon cycle is something that is a big one, I think. It's a harvest moon. This was a harvest moon. So everyone out there who's feeling stress leading up to the full moon or on the full moon, just look for the lesson, guys. Look for the lesson and try and learn the lesson in whatever it is that's leading up to what this moon cycle. It was a very intense one for me. So, but today and yesterday I felt absolutely fine. But yeah, it's my own toxic beliefs about being perfect. Yeah. So let's see what the cards have to say about all this. But yeah, forgiveness keeps coming to mind. Forgiveness. And forgiveness was a really hard thing for me to navigate. And although I think it's important to apologize, I don't believe that you can truly feel better by someone handing you forgiveness. And I don't think you should ever, it's really giving too much power to someone. It's really coming to terms with accepting yourself, accepting where you were at the time of a mistake or something, that a bad decision or whatever it was. It's really more about forgiving the self and not needing any external source to make you feel better about that mistake. And that's quite a foreign, I think, concept in terms of forgiveness. It doesn't actually require a second party, although it is a good thing to verbalize, always as soon as possible, when you understand what you've done. Yeah. All right. Hopefully the layout's a little bit better for you guys. I am trying, sorry, and we will see. Okay, we've got a very strong main character here. We have the Emperor, greatest man alive. Some people would say he's narcissistic. Some people would say he's really a bit cold and all that, and he's sitting there on his mountain, on his throne. But really, we know that the Emperor is the culmination of all the four kings, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. He's all four kings, and the Emperor and the Empress are the strongest, I guess, the most divine beings in the tarot deck. So I would, if I was reading him in reverse, yeah, sure, I would look at the Emperor as someone who's a very powerful, very talented, very gifted, very balanced being, but a very toxic energy. So always in the upright, I read it as a positive energy. And this Emperor has released something. He's not a little king anymore. I always love that about the Four of Pentacles, the small king. He doesn't need to be a small king. He's released something, so that's great. And then we have our Two of Swords, our Temperance, and our Page of Wands in reverse. Definitely going to have to clarify this one. And I'm just thinking which... I'm actually feeling called to a deck that I don't have out. I have a lot of tarot decks. Let me just see if I can go and find it. A second. Don't worry. Excuse me. Just pulled out 2, but I'm going to leave that one for a minute. So I've got the After Tarot is what I really felt drawn to just now. So we'll definitely get that. I just feel like this is a very masculine energy again, and some of my other decks that I have are quite feminine in energy, and I just felt like they weren't quite right. So what we have is the After Tarot. So this is kind of the tarot, but it's like a step after each one, which is really cool. So yeah, I've got some cards that are not in the correct order. I do prefer them to come out correctly. Roll up my sleeves. This energy is very good. I really like to see the Temperance, and I just split the card. Oh my God, look what we've got on the bottom. Temperance again, and the King of Cups. Wow. But this is a sadder King of Cups. This is a King of Cups who's pouring out his love, or he's poured it out. This is a sadder energy. It's a bit morose. But this one is, I'm not sure if this one's unbalanced or if it's balanced. I feel like it's like a divine dove, you know, something about peace. But he's still pouring out. Look at these 2 cups that are pouring out. I still feel like this seems to be a bit of more of a balanced energy. Interesting. We might take those out for a minute, just put them to the side. What is happening here? Good grief. Just as a side note, I think this might be a little bit of a hidden energy. Oh. Okay. I feel like this needs to come over here. Oh. There's battle. That's 7 of Wands. This is someone who's really standing up and fighting, but it kind of did come in reverse, but it didn't come out really and land anywhere. Spirit, please be clear. I feel like this is a realization and really pulling themselves out of wasting time. Wasted energy. That's what I feel like. That's kind of like what perfectionism does, isn't it? It's wasted. A whole heap of wasted energy. Wasted love. It's just being poured down the sink. What a waste of time. That's what I feel like. Just a waste of effing time. I feel peed off, actually. I feel peed off. I'm angry. Like, I'm feeling angry. Sorry, I'm not angry. That's the energy's just changed. That this is feels like there's a toxic relationship of some kind that is come to a close, a realization. Big waste of time. And an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's a loss of time, a loss of money, waste of money. There's no beginning. Way, ho. Hey, ho. Okay. No, there's no beginning. There's no more investment. Wow. This is not wish fulfillment. There was a whole heap of greed, some toxic stuff there. It's in reverse, so this person's not going to be doing that again. This is a, I will never do that again. I will never, ever do that again. I feel like just swearing, like, F off. Wow. The energy's really, really strong. Here we go. This is, it's come on the side. So this is still, I guess, what this person's thinking about. This, I think this Emperor, something has happened. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is really, again, thinking about what am I going to invest in versus what I have invested in. What have I got left? What is left? What is left? Oh. And then Three of Swords, searching, the search, looking out, looking beyond. Why? Why has this happened? How did this happen? Where am I going? What am I going to do? What next? A tattered robes. Wow. Oik. Okay. We've had our King of Swords a few times in our reading. He's in reverse now. And when you look at this particular King of Swords, this one's like putting the sword down, you know, he's even more gentle than the first one. The sword is down, it's like he's dethroned himself almost, but he's got his hawk there to see clearly. And I kind of look at the hawk as trusting his intuition. Not needing to use the sword because he can trust his intuition, but this is in reverse. So something has happened, or there's a little bit of confusion, like he wasn't doing it, and now he's not a king. Now he's just got 3 wands and some tattered robes, and now all he can do is trust his intuition. There's nothing left. Oh, there's nothing left. Oh my God. 5 of Cups. Yeah, there's nothing left. 3 spilled blood, drowning. Feeling sorry for himself a little bit, which is okay. You know, we have to feel sorry. We have to be kind to ourselves, don't we? How we got to this position. Still 2 cups behind him, but he's starting to turn around to look at that. Wait. I've got 2 cards up here. Okay. A Page of Wands. Interesting. We've got a false Empress. Look where they landed. Everybody, look where they landed. Empress and the Emperor. We've got the Page of Wands, who is a very toxic, young, immature kind of a masculine energy, who's very focused on his wand. And this is someone who, yeah, they're just not using that wand really well, let's just say. And he's also come out with the 5 of Wands. So we've got a lot of fire, a lot more Wands energy now at the moment. And you've got this one man who, to me, that symbolizes this page. He's just standing there holding on to the 1 wand, which is exactly what this one is doing, isn't it? It's exactly what he's doing. And he's surrounded by people who are just watching. And that card that came out before was the 7 of Wands, where he's battling these guys. It's like they were watching and waiting. And this Empress is looking at this page watching, like waiting for something to go wrong. The Emperor and the Empress are always a divine counterpart, unless they're in opposite energy. And this Empress, I would describe as the false Empress, the toxic, the narcissistic female, the one who looks like the real deal, the one who looks like the real deal, the one who is the ultimate, the culmination of the four queens, the cups, the wands, the pentacles, and the swords. She's got the wisdom, she's got the money, she's got the love and the beautiful maternal. This is a mothering energy. This is like the father energy, the mother energy. A very nurturing, very wealthy, abundant. Look how much comfort she has in compared to the Emperor. You know, they kind of need each other to balance each other out. He's quite stern and she's quite, look at all the abundance. There's wheat, there's everything's like really abundant, and she's holding like a, I don't know what that is actually. I think that's some kind of Egyptian thing, but I don't know. But she's got the pomegranates, she's the lover, she's everything. But in reverse, we have someone who looks like that, but is in fact not a true Empress, but she can embody a lot of those things. Yeah. I feel so, I don't know, the word that came to mind just then was wretched. I feel wretched. Ugh. Shocking is another word. Wretched. Shocked. Shocked. Can't believe it. But it's, yeah, something very, very, So we have our Ten of Wands. And just so you remember, the Ten of Wands in the normal tarot is the man who's walking along carrying all of these. They're burdened, they're carrying all of these burdens. And in the after tarot, this man is now holding on to just one. He's let go of all the other burdens. Emperor will do that. And he's holding on to one. That's a really beautiful energy. It's beautiful. It's releasing everything else. Nothing else matters. He knows which wand he wanted to keep. Oh yeah. Ten of Swords. Wow. And, you know, buried, dead, done. I mean, it's so clear even in the upright. This could still mean that it's being buried. It's still under, the grave is still being dug, you know, but all the truths are there. There's no beginning. It's ended, it's ended, it's ended. Oh, man. Oh, I feel really tight in my neck all of a sudden. I kind of just want to say I'm so sorry for this man. I'm so sorry. But these are very good energies. Look at what the outcome is, you know? Look at what the outcome is. These beautiful temperance, balance, and the beautiful Emperor. This is strength. Okay, this is not fallen out, so, but we have got a 10 of Cups and we have the release. This is the after tarot for our release. You can see the death. This is saying that, I love this one. If you don't release it, you can guarantee that spirit will send death along to force you to release it. Sorry, that's not, I wasn't giggling at anything, but it's kind of amusing when you can look on the other side. But this is a reality. A lot of people don't realize that it's not just strength that we should, it's not just by our pure discipline and strength. If we're divinely called, then spirit will force us to maintain a path, no matter what. It's a tough lesson. Wait. The cards are, there is energy in the air. There's certainly energy. Sorry, I said don't laugh at it. But look, guys, look. That literally just flew out over there. This is how spirit normally speaks, is that they just end up, really do creating their own story. So that came out my hand, but I didn't really feel guided to put it anywhere. So spirits literally just guided me to where, if you're pouring out too much, if you're wasting your energy and you don't know how to release something, spirit's going to send death. Not literal death, although he may, but he's going to come along and make it happen. And this is, please, if you are new to spirituality, this is what happens if you are here listening to this. This is potentially a warning, but it also may be, again, the after that. This has already happened, the after tarot I'm using. So this is the lesson. This is the lesson, is that if we can't release what we're wasting our time on, our energy, our love, and you are called to another purpose, but for whatever reason you haven't acted on it, spirit is going to move you along. Whether you like it or whether you don't, it doesn't matter. You will be moved towards to do what spirit wants you to do. And the thing is that when we can accept that, and we can accept that spirit actually wants us to live a full and happy and good life, he wants us to be happy, then you'll march forward with him, them, whatever you want to say. They want what's best for you. And it's only fear, or it could be anything that's holding us back. We haven't really talked about our Two of Swords. I'm really just feeling like, again, normally this is to me another intuition card, an emotional, very intuition card, but a lot of the time people can read it as just being blocked or refusing to see, not wanting to see, blocking yourself off and being quite defensive. But when it's in reverse, then the blindfold is off, defenses are down, and we're open. We're open and we're ready to receive. And that's what happens, is that we end up finding a better balance. We use that other deck there. That other one is a bit more of a, kind of a bit more twin flamey. It's a beautiful deck, this one. So it's the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And it's beautiful. It's got your divine feminine right at the front. It's cool. I just keep envisioning the masculine, so I don't know if he's gonna pop out. I had some exciting news. Today is a weird day. So we had an earthquake here in Australia, which is so rare, everybody in the world, if you end up watching this. I've only got 2 subscribers. If anyone in the world ends up watching this, we don't really get like earthquakes. We're just not that near tectonic plates or anything. And I remember the last one we had was not far from where I am now, and that was major news. And we've just had another one today. And on top of that, sorry, Spirit, I'm just going to ask them to be specific. On top of that, I've had this project that I've been working on. I'm not going to go into detail, but today it was confirmed, and my life is about to change in the most exciting way, and I'm going to be heading in a very new direction, an exciting direction, and I feel incredibly protected. Last year, this situation totally fell apart for me. It was going forward, and then suddenly it got snatched away, and yet Spirit had moved me to go and act on it. And then it's like he went, no, no. And I was like, what the heck? I was so certain that he told me to do this, and I did. And it's not until now that today, like this, since then, so this was about 8 months ago, since then, I am unbelievably better off. It was like the best thing that could have happened. And Spirit just really did protect me, and he protected me, not that I wouldn't have done terribly before, but he gave me more than I ever expected. It's better than I dreamed. It was like winning the lottery. That's what it felt like. And today I just had it absolutely confirmed. And there's so many energy shifts. Guys, if I can't even express to you how amazing and exciting and powerful this has been. But the energy, there's a lot of balancing at the same time. So things in the world are shifting and changing, and it's about balance. Sorry, I'm ranting. I have been instructed never to read these in reversals, so I'm always going to pull them out as the upright. So we've got hunger, howling at the moon, full moon. We've just had our full moon. Oh my God. Release and self-love. Wow. Sorry, I'm just sitting with that for a minute. This is probably the key thing, but look at this confirmation. We're in a full moon. The energy is at a peak, and it's forcing us to release what no longer serves us. It forces us to do that. When we ask Spirit to help us, I can assure you, get ready, put your skates on, get your helmet on, put your elbow pads, put your shin pads on, and get ready to get some bumps and bruises, because we often receive the thing that we have to release comes straight to our attention, and Spirit shows us what we need to release in order that we can move forward to receive. So look at this. This person is coming out of thorns and is just inhaling light and stepping into freedom, transformation, butterflies. Wow. I am going to do this as well. And then I think we'll do a prayer card, guys. I think we'll do a prayer card. Wow. Oh my God. Transformation. Guys, I love you guys so much. All of you. Everybody. If you're watching this, I love you guys so much. This is so hard to do. It's so painful. But look at the light. Look at the freedom. Happiness, goodness. And the star. I always feel like this is a balance energy to the temperance. You know, you do have to pour energy. You have to, with the temperance card, you have to pour into your own cup, you know, your self-love. That's what that is. Temperance is often, to me, it's about self-love. It's giving yourself and watering your own cup, feeding yourself and giving yourself self-love. And the star is when you're so abundant that you can give everywhere, but these jugs, these are never-ending supply. There's never-ending supply of love. It's just so full and beautiful. These cards are so positive. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so happy for you. It's so hard. It really is painful, my loves. It's so painful. And we've got the High Priestess. Okay, the High Priestess here is so a divinely led person. They can often say that someone who holds divine secrets within themselves. They're very aware of the divine. They're holding a cup. She's holding a cup, but she's a very, very, spiritual, you know, obviously she's a priestess, so she's extremely spiritual. And this one I am reading is a bit secretive. The other I have, so with this particular deck, you get 2 of each card and of the major arcana. And this one's got a sheet behind her. And the other one, there's no sheet. So this one's actually not revealing everything to everybody. She's got some divine secrets, or this King of Cups does. This King of Cups, or this temperance person, holding things to themselves. Awareness, spiritual awareness. Oh no, here we got the moon again. New moon. Wow. Sorry, I'm just thinking. You got the star and you've got a new moon. So this is really like, it can be read as a couple of things. Darkness, sadness, grief, sorrow. Secretive though, hidden, this is something secret, it's a hidden, secretive, not wanting to share. This is someone who's really keeping things to themselves. See, look, the Tower. Today has been a Tower day on so many levels for me, for Melbourne. Wow. Oh, my heart's... my shoulders right now, I feel like someone is squeezing my shoulders. Oh, and I just want to relax them. So, my friends, this energy is just so intense, and I really just want you to know that it's going to pass. It will pass. It will. My loves, it will pass. But it's hell. It's atrocious. Look, it just came out again. Self-love. Sorry, I just flipped it over. I've got to take that. Self-love. Self-love. Wow. How do we do this? It's one thing to know this. I will always say this. It's one thing to logic something. It's another thing to feel it and experience it. You can really, truly be very aware that 1 + 1 is 2. But until you experience 1 + 1, then it's just an idea, isn't it? Until you experience is so important. You can have all the logic and the knowledge in the world, but, you know, wisdom is, I think, experiential. It's something that you know, but you know how and why, and you know what it feels like. You know, it's much more experiential. Wisdom is, yeah, something you can't, it's not something you can read in a book. It's not. You can read it, but it doesn't always fully add up. I'm just going to take that top card. The Path. We'll come back to that in a minute. Sorry, sorry guys. Hope you can see that. I had this over here, and this was the top card, and these fell on that. So I just picked it up. And the Path is... direction is service. This has come up before as well. We'll read these first. So the Path and direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. This has come up before. It's asking for direction. What they're trying to say to you, my friends, is ask for help. Ask the divine. Speak to the divine. Prayer is simply talking to the spirit world, just like you and I are talking now. Okay, it is no different. Don't overthink it. Don't put your hands together. Just lie in your bed and just say, I don't know who you are, but I need an answer and I need help. And just wait. Wait for it. And listen. Okay? Service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. You want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. These two have come up before. And self-love, last of all. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. This is absolutely confirming what I was saying at the beginning. I love the spirit world. I love this, and I love what I do. Self-forgiveness enables us to manifest better. Okay, when we can't forgive ourselves, we end up looping into a toxic soup of energy. And when we step into that toxic energy, we attract toxic energy. If you're in toxic energy, you will receive toxic energy. Okay? We have to learn how to love and care and nurture and forgive ourselves in order to receive love, care, nurture, and forgiveness. My loves, you have my heart, my prayers, and everything with you at this time. Know that you are being guided. This is guidance. Don't just look at this and say, I haven't received any guidance. This is very clear guidance. Trust it. Okay, I trust it 100%. And you know, you do deserve good things. You deserve to be treated with kindness. You deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be treated with love, with authenticity, with generosity, with loyalty. You deserve to be accepted exactly as you are. But you have to do those things for yourself before you can receive it from another person. I love you guys, and I really wish you well. I'm gonna hold on to this flower agate here. Okay, with this these two, okay. This is a powerful manifestation stone, a flower agate, and it's beautiful. It is a very feminine energy, but I do want to sit in a feminine energy at the moment because I want you to feel that gentleness and that love from the universe, and some selenite, okay? Some selenite here, just to clear your energy, all right? Just to clear it. A little bit of Reiki, my loves, okay? Just a little bit. It's okay. Sending you love, sending you peace, sending you kindness, compassion, forgiveness. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of kindness. You are deserving of good things. Wishing you all the best. And I will come back and we will do more messages and we will do more guidance. Take care.